Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Kieran, and this is Fox Off RPG. So today, we're doing a review. What's a review of? Dracula in space. Now, I've had this for a little bit. I have read a part of it before. I read it from the middle, I think it was the middle level, and then I stopped. And the reason is because, it's just that, is because I was going to be a player in the game. And I knew we were going to be playing, obviously, in it, and we're going to start off on the main level. So I purposely never read the main level. But I'm going to review this now. I'm going to talk about what it is, and I'm going to give you an idea of how the dungeon works. Again, this is literally a spaceship, so it talks about ways how you can get there if you wish. You just have to run it as a one-shot. But then I'm going to talk about what happened when we played it. So, when you open this book up, it is made amazingly. Now, it's made with this really high quality card stock that's very thick. The paper itself, I don't know if you can see that, guys. See those little lines? It's linen paper. So, while it's quite thin, it's very strong. It feels great, it looks great, and as you see, the creator, Matthew, put in a message in all the books that came in his core set from the Arduin trilogy. Now, this is part of the Arduin trilogy. I'll explain what that is in a minute. So it says, "Where are all the half vampires?" So this book came in with the Portal to Adventure box set I showed off there the other week, and this is the first official dungeon for Barrows Borderlands. And guys, it's freaking amazing. When we looked at Electric Boogaloo the other day, that was also included in the same box set. So you had the Barrows Borderlands box set, you had the Arden Trilogy, and then you had the Lost Dungeons of Thundersborg. But anyway, let's go over a few things here. The opening comments. This dungeon was designed for a fairly dangerous... This dungeon was designed as a fairly dangerous dungeon adventure. If running this adventure as part of a campaign, I recommend having the characters either be teleported here from a Dinoco facility. Dinoco is basically the last remnants of a very ancient corporation on Earth, and in Barrows Borderlands, Earth is now called... Well, it's now basically being blown up. It's traveled to a thing called the Violet, where chaos and magic comes from. But anyway, there's a bunch of high-tech stuff on there. Teleport here from a Dinoco facility, or by finding a smaller exploration ship whose control systems only allow travel to the Dementor. It is equally valid to begin an adventure as a single night game or a one-shot. If this is preferred, I recommend starting the characters having just arrived aboard the ship in the main entrance. That's going to be on entrance level 1, and it's going to be right here. You get teleported in, and you got your airlock and all that stuff. So, has immunity codes. So what's this mean? Well, some of the monsters are going to be immune to things, and it's going to give you a symbol, and it's going to tell you what it is. So you just come back here for reference. You have your wandering monster tables. So you have your main level, upper level A, B, sub level A, B, C, and space. It has little codes for everything here. So if the first star is only in the submerged room, 2 stars crawling outside the ship. 3 stars has an AC of 2+2, 5+2 hit dice. This YA was a slave to the Saurians and has broken free and is looking for a ride home. So we don't know what 2+2 is, an AC. We use descending AC, and this was again inspired by the design of David Hargrave, who designed Arduin. So 2+2 basically means 0. So it's descending AC, so that's your 2. The +2 would give you a +2 to your AC, which would bring it down 1 to 0. That's all that is. So this is a freight. So this is the first of the series of dungeons based on the multiverse of the Barrows Borderlands. Contained within this dungeon are a series of maps relating to multiple levels. Are also introduced a few new and old monsters. If statistics are not given for a monster, it is assumed they will maintain their attributes from the B&B Volume 3 Horse and Treasure book. You may wish to run this dungeon using a different system role-playing game. This should be easy with most classic-styled role-playing game rule systems. So any basic classic. If you want to run this with AD&D, you can, no problem. For example, some conversions may be needed. The style of play of this book calls to the amazing writing and design of David A. Hargrave, the creator of Arduin. This dungeon is stocked, but it leaves rooms for more. This writer recommends filling some of the blank rooms with your own ideas, flavors, and monsters. This way, your version will be different and unique. This is something that David Hargrave did, and a lot of the older old school games did, which I do like. Because if you're playing in my game of this, for example, I'm going to have a whole host of stuff that you're not going to have. And if we both play in our buddy's game, we don't really know what's going to show up or when or how. I think this is cool. And it gives you the squares, like one square is 10 feet, and S means secret something. Could be a secret door, could be a secret chest, could be a little hole that opens up for a button to press. Could be anything. And the black square is a door. This gives an interesting overview of Dracula in space, of what it is. Basically, think of a script scroll from a movie. Like Star Wars. Comes up, the same sort of thing here. If you want, you can read that. I'm not going to, again, I'm going to keep this a bit shorter, but it's really cool. Maybe I'll read a little bit. Okay, maybe I'll read a little bit. A horde screams, is instantly silenced. Blood splattered against cold steel walls. The shadow of a cold man pulls ominously into the view, followed by another larger shadow of a thick-furred werewolf. Master, most of the crew has been called. No any stragglers remain. The werewolf snarls. Silhouetted, dripping fingers are brought up to the man's mouth and are savoured as a liquid is squeezed from them. The man turns towards the werewolf. I told you to get them all. I will need far more blood than this to feed my children. The man steps forward, revealing a pale, gaunt face, clamoured with an air of aristocracy, his mouth covered in a thick vigour. Do you dare to ignore my command? Snapped the man. No, master. I promise we will find the last of them. There is no way they could get away and hide for much longer. The werewolf replies, cowardly, as he bows forward in fear. And it goes on a little bit, but I'm going to go to the end here. Fade to the dark void of space. A subtle violet hue overlays with pinpoint stars. A black spire of a ship comes into the frame. The words Dementor are sprawled on its side, slowly fade to black. Blood begins to drip down as the words Dracula in space form from the ichor. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is a ship. Then you're going to have the actual dungeon itself. This is all hand-drawn by Matt, the creator. I think it looks pretty damn cool. I do like this style. And again, if you come in here, you're going to start here, and then you're going to sort of decide where you're going to go. As you can see, I think there's about 16 or 17 rooms on the main level, which have been filled in. And we're going to go to the next page, and you're going to see some description stuff. I'm going to read one or two of them. So, rooms description and treasure, and that has the guardian and monsters. So, the entrance to the Dementor is an airlock tube. Any other ship may connect to this dock. The outer door will only open if the inner door is sealed, and vice versa. The entire room, from floor to ceiling, is 30 feet. It's made of dark grey cold steel covered in a thick viscous layer of blood and gore. A body lies in the middle of the floor, shriveled from exsanguination. He is wearing a blue and yellow Dinoco jumpsuit. On him is a shock baton, and a cross. Dun dun dun! Then it talks about here, guardians and monsters. This room has no guardians, but there are signs of a recent struggle. A body is flayed and hung up over the corner of the doorway to room 1. The gore is alive. It has a 6+1 hit dice and an AC of 2+2, so basically 0. And attacks twice by lashing out for 2 to 20 acid damage. Any creature hit by the gore must make a paralyzing saving throw or be absorbed into the beast. They will lose 10 hit points per round they remain. Absorbed immunities. They remain absorbed. And it has immunities A, L, C, F, H, N, F, or P. So let's read what they are. For example, so we have A, which is acid. We have F, which is fire. We have we have L and CF. L is lightning. CF is immune to confusion. CH is immune to charm. F, or, and P. So F, or. Immune from fear, and P is paralyzed. So it cannot be paralyzed. It's immune from acid, fire damage, confusion, charm, all this stuff. And this is the first area. Now, it may not necessarily activate, but again, guys, remember when you're walking around, you're going to have to do your wandering monster checks as well. I think that's pretty cool. Now, as I said, I think there's 17 rooms. That's correct. 17 rooms on the main floor. So as you can see, there's probably more. You have different hallways, you have other rooms which are not really, they're a mix of hallways and rooms. Like, you can have extra stuff in here, and that's the idea. Like, you have room 6 here. Okay, we get in the room 6. There's secret rooms or secret doors or secret somethings. But then there's a room here. You could stock that with something. So let's read what room 6 actually has in it, if anything. It might just be equipment or gear. Room 6, for example, this floor is made of an oak hardwood plank stained to a dark cherry color. The walls are made entirely of stucco covered in a deep purple velvet drapes, lined in golden accents. The 35-foot ceiling is a marbled archway with a massive silver chandelier with dangling crystals. The total value of the crystals is 5,000 gold pieces. Now, you're not going to tell your players about, like, it's worth this much. They have to figure that out. There are 7 wraiths hiding in the room. They will first try to taunt the party by acting as poltergeists, moving the furniture or causing gusts of wind. They will attack if the party takes the golden gun. I was just thinking, where's the golden gun? It's like, oh no, it continues to the next page. So, contents. So that's the actual contents. There's your room description and stuff like that. But yeah, it's all in there. But yeah, you're going to have rooms which don't have anything in them, and it's up to you to sort of stock them. And that is totally not a lightsaber. Then you're going to have upper level A. Now, we were only ever made it to level... We stayed in the main level when we played. You have upper level B here. It's a little smaller. You have sub-level A. You're going to have this pretty cool looking thing. It totally reminds me of a Stargate, which I love. Sub-level B. And room 3, I believe that's the other spaceship that's actually docked in there. Yeah. There's another small spaceship docked. So how you can get to here is your ship can dock to the main place, or possibly dock in here. It's going to be up to you guys or the DM to have it, or you can basically be teleported from the Donico facility. So you're going to have a trap matrix here, and it continues on the next page, which is pretty interesting. It's very unique, and you have laser swords, how you can basically create your own lightsaber, what it does, the variations of the blades. It's pretty cool, guys. So all laser swords deal a base damage of 13 damage per hit. They have a 1 in 6 chance to deflect lasers, ignore AC of 2 or less. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 to 2. So a 9 would basically be naked. Or just basic, like clothes. They can cut through common metals at a rate of 5 feet per turn, which is pretty good. Every time a laser sword is turned on, there is a 1 in 10 chance it will run out of power, in which case it will need its pure star shard replaced. There's a 1% chance when found that the laser sword can't cut through anything and is practically useless. So essentially, a light. But then it has, when you search bodies and rooms, the following list may be used at any time a character searches a body aboard the ship or digs through seemingly empty rooms. Items may be found on a 2 in 6 chance per body and a 3 in 6 chance per empty room. So there's a good chance of something somewhere. You can have a 6-shooter, you have ray guns, Dinoco or ID badge, for example. You might have just some gold or silver coins, a pack of Space Cowboy cigarettes. You might get a laser sword or star shards as well, which is pretty cool. I like this stuff. And again, the creator, Matt, drew that sort of totally not alien thing, Alien X, but I think it's cool. So I'm going to talk about a few stories. So when we played this there the other day, I was the caller. I think it was me. I was an assassin hobbit. We had 2 clerics. We had one of the players as a barbarian, but a barbarian from Shadowdark. Yes, we mixed things together and played it all together. And I think, who else? There was someone else, another character. I can't remember. But anyway, we went through and we somehow avoided wandering monsters. Pure luck, we didn't roll any. We went through, my character nearly got melted to death in acid. Again, he's a hobbit assassin, which is amazing, by the way. It's some stuff from Arduin. And again, we work it all into our game. It's amazing. And one of the other players who was playing the Shadowdark character, the barbarian, he jumped down into the acid, or above the acid. Radiation it was, not acid, radiation. Grabbed me, pulled me out. I was unconscious, I got healed up, and I nearly died. So I actually gained a mutation from the radiation. The other character was lucky, he was able to survive. He didn't get any radiation damage. He had a lower radiation resistance than me, so that was pure luck. That same character before I think it was before this, actually it was after this. We got the party split, and how we split is half of us were walking over to an area, we were checking stuff, and teleported out. It's pretty cool. We ended up in a different room, and the party split. Now in that room, we found like what looked to be a glass case. I pretty much knew it wasn't a glass case. It was like, because Matt doesn't make things that simple. So I decided I'm going to check for like sort of latches or anything like that. But he said, I'm going to smash it. So then not assumed he used a sword, but he didn't. He sort of rolled it out and he like nearly broke his sword. But he said, oh no, I punched it. I was like, oh, don't say that. And he damaged his hand, which was hilarious. And then myself and one of the other clerics, we found the latch to open the thing. Which was hilarious. Now the other characters, the other party members, they were in the hallway. They went further down and they were able to talk to someone on an intercom. We ended up meeting this person much later on, and then I don't want to say anything, but it was very interesting. But as things went along, we avoided most of the traps except for the one that got me. We avoided wandering monster checks. We were able to then meet up with that person, and dude, it was so tense. The whole game, we were freaking out. We ended up being hiding in this closet as a bunch of vampires ran through, and then one of them spotted something in, like, basically in the closet we were in, and because the barbarian again, yes, the barbarian, he had his torch out in a dark closet in a dark room, and he was the only one that noticed it. But pure luck, he was the only one that noticed it. We got lucky in the rolls. So you open it up, and then we checked to see if we were surprised. We weren't surprised, but he was. The torch got thrown at him. He lit up on fire. One of the other characters tried to wrestle the gun. He had a machine gun on him. Wrestled a machine gun off him. He kind of failed. He fell on the ground. Stop, drop, and roll. Again, that was a check to see if he'd do that, and he did that. And as he did that, I took out one of my hand axes and I chopped it in the back of his neck, decapitating his head. I rolled out and then bit the guy who was trying to wrestle with him, and he sucked his blood, and then the blood drained out of the head, and then he just died. It was freaking cool. So then that character, he didn't really have many good weapons, so he got the machine gun, the ammo. We found a walkie-talkie, and it was so much fun. I had the walkie-talkie. I lowered the volume so it'd be at a reasonable level, so it wouldn't be like, you know, sorry for that, guys, but you know, it would be at a reasonable level. It was so much fun. Again, we left this place and we explored more and more, and we just avoided it so much. I don't know how. We didn't find any secret rooms or anything like that. No one actually decided to check. Again, I was the caller, and I didn't want to be like saying, "Oh, I'm going to check in here just in case I remember something from here or whatever," because there is a lot. I didn't want to be, you know, one of those guys. I was just trying to go on. But then we opened up a door. Every single one of us, except for one player, okay, we got turned to stone. We came across a Vampusa. What's a Vampusa? Oh, so you know, like Medusa, but a vampire Medusa. Oh yeah. By the way, so technically 2 of us survived. Okay, that didn't get turned to stone. But then there was a second one, and the second one got me, and the one character survived, and we kind of ended the game there because this took hours. It took about 3 hours or so. A lot of more stuff happened, but that was just the general feel of it, and it was so intense. Oh, like in the first room, we had the gore creature that I mentioned in the room 1. Dude, that almost killed someone straight away. It was pure luck. We were able to stop him. We had 2 clerics and everything, so that helped massively. But yeah, dude. Again, this is brilliant. I cannot wait to play this. I'm going to be playing this with people myself. Whenever we move down to the house, I'm going to be torturing them with this. Again, I can't wait to play. Hope we play on the server again. It was so much fun. But yeah, this is my review of Dracula in Space. It is an absolute must-have. Now, this currently is only part of the Kickstarter that just finished, but this will be coming out for you to get digitally, and I believe it's going to be copies just like this in the next few weeks or months. Okay, guys? So keep an eye out for it. It's absolutely awesome. It is sort of a convention sort of game. We can run as a one-shot, but it can easily be run in your normal campaign. You know, you want to have your characters a bit higher level and stuff like that. You can find a spaceship, or you find a teleportation station. You can change things in here, you know, to add some extra ways in or out. There's escape pods and everything like that. There is a ship you can get on to get out as well. It's very hard, lots of fun. And again, I highly recommend. I don't just recommend it because it's my buddy's game. I had a hell of a time. Again, I can't wait to play again. So yeah, guys, this is my review of Dracula in Space. If you like it, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Again, whenever this comes out, I will do a reminder. I'll probably do another video saying this is out for general consumption, so you can get it, either PDF or physical, whatever the case might be. But yeah, check it out, guys. Keep an eye on barrowsborderlands.com. Let's go.